CyberReason's been in the industry now for just over a decade and was really founded to try and solve quite a unique problem. And that is today there are so many cybersecurity alerts going off. Often adversaries actually get through because those alerts are just lost in the noise of true alerts and false positives. Rather than looking at artifacts individually, to actually look for malicious operations, to actually use technology, machine learning, to be able to scan across all of your systems. We call it cross-machine correlation, to move from giving you lots of bits of noise to joining those together into an end-to-end malware operation. Ransomware has really changed over the last 5-10 years. Started as this very simple notion of simply finding and encrypting data. And actually it started by trying to find online gaming data, but they very quickly realized that there was more value in business data. And so we've seen over the years more and more focus on actually understanding specific industry sectors and actually even understanding specific companies to figure out just how much money could be charged for the ransom. But actually, in the last few years, we've seen ransomware evolve way, way further. And we see ransomware that will try and map your network, that will try and steal your passwords. Really, it's sucked in all of the other capabilities that we see in the cybersecurity industry. So how do you deal with ransomware? Well, if I think of just some of the guidelines from NIST, they say you need to have state-of-the-art preventative controls. And we're CyberReason really proud. We have more layers of machine learning AI built into our endpoint protection than any other organization. We have multiple different layers. And just to touch on a couple, because we keep adding more in. One is behavioral execution prevention. That's really looking at the techniques of how an attack triggers. And then we've got predictive ransomware protection. Because we see so many new different strains, predictive ransomware protection actually looks at the techniques of how ransomware encrypts files. So having state-of-the-art prevention is obviously key. I think many organizations now really just struggling keeping pace. We see less than half of security alerts are actually analyzed the same day, and up to 75% plus of false positives. And I think it's because we're falling into this problem that I call the cyber time paradox. And put very simply, that's really a number of things. Firstly, we've got more and more digital systems. And if you think more systems means more cybersecurity alerts. Well, secondly, there are more and more threats growing exponentially. So now I've got more systems getting exponentially more alerts. So effectively, I've got more to deal with cubed. Well, actually, there's a third layer on top of that. Every year, there's new cybersecurity capabilities coming out. So now actually, I've got more systems to protect, more threats to protect them against, and more security tools generating more alerts. So you can see we've got this exponential problem of just drowning in telemetry. And of course, the final part is as we become more digitally dependent, businesses expect an ever faster response to a cyber attack. And that's the paradox. We've got more and more to deal with, but the business expects a faster response. And this is the realization just so many organizations don't have the skills or the staff to deal with this voluminous problem. So the first thing is we give you 24/7, 365 days. Our GSOC is permanently monitoring your environment. And we're looking at all of those alerts, the malops, and again, we've made it much simpler because we've cascaded down by at least tenfold, rather than it being an alert into something that is a malicious operation. Then we add our MOS scoring to that, which is really the analyst's skill as a threat hunter and their understanding about your environment to really help you prioritize what you need to do and what are the right actions to take. So I hope that's given you a little insight into CyberReason, who we are, how we help you with today's most prolific cybersecurity problem, ransomware, and why we feel like we could be a great partner of choice for you.